Beer here back in the Fantasy Bar Friday. It's here, huge slate of games, and we've got 6 of my favorite plays for you on FanDuel and DraftKings, including 4 plays for you on DraftKings at 5K or below. Every single bat, we're going to give you 3,500 or under on FanDuel. We've got stacks, we've got home run spots, we've got a starting pitcher I love tonight, and we're going to give you my favorite play on the entire slate who's been red hot. Who are we talking about? Only one way to find out. It's time to belly up to the Fantasy Bar. Welcome in, guys. Friday edition, Beers Daily Fantasy 6-pack, kicking off the weekend here with 6 of my favorite plays for you for the big Friday night slate. Thank you, as always. Stop by the Fantasy Bar and checking out today's video. Before we get to those plays, take a second, click that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Chance to win some free RotoGrinders swag coming up at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Weather does not look to be a concern tonight, and make sure you are heading over to RotoGrinders.com and taking advantage of a special offer on NFL Premium for non-subscribers, limited time offer. Head over to the website, check out the banner for all the details there, but take advantage. NFL season less than 2 weeks away. And yes, we will be back with another season of NFL 6-packs and Pints and Picks. So excited for that. Speaking of Pints and Picks, that is back tonight as well. I have 2 props I really love on Scores and Odds. You will get that video for free over on the Scores and Odds YouTube page with 2 of my favorite plays. So make sure you're checking that out at some point today. All right, let's get into the 6-pack for Friday night. Let's start with the bats and Teoscar Hernandez of the Dodgers. So Teoscar been kind of quiet of late. I think the Dodgers going to get some traction here in a good spot against the left-hander, but I think Teoscar going to be lower owned than he should be. So let's take advantage here as he leads this team in both WOBA and ISO this season against left-handed pitching. Love that ISO over 300, ton of power against left-handed pitching. Now, Alexander giving up an ISO over 200, a lot of hard contact at 46%, and a barrel rate nearing 11% against right-handed hitters. When Teoscar breaks out in a big way tonight against the lefty in Alexander. All right, another spot I really love for a home run, that's Jock Peterson of the Diamondbacks. So as I mentioned, great power spot here for Jock Peterson, swinging a good bat right now, hits in 9 of the last 10 games and really been good against righties. WOBA over 400 to ISO way up at 268. And I love the spot for him tonight against Brian Bello. 13 home runs already allowed to left-handed hitters, 368 to WOBA, 222 ISO. We get the benefit of Arizona on the road, getting those 9th inning at-bats. We have some wind blowing out to right field as well, and that short porch in the right field corner. And Peterson, a good bet for a home run here on Friday night. All right, starting pitcher, a lot of great options on the slate. We are going to roll Luis Castillo of Seattle. So stepping it up in the strikeout department is what we want to see here. 6 or more strikeouts now in 4 of his last 5 starts. 3 of those games, 7 or more strikeouts. So really been consistent in that department and been very consistent in his home ballpark. 14 starts this season, and he is averaging 21 DraftKings points over those starts here. Now this lineup for the Giants as a team don't strike out a ton, but you look at individually, there's 7 bats at 23% or higher against right-handed pitching in the strikeout department. And when we narrow the scope to the last 30 days, 5 of these bats are above 28.5% strikeout rate against right-handed pitchers. So I think the strikeouts are going to be there for Castillo. I think he has a shot to be the highest scoring pitcher on this slate against the San Francisco Giants. All right, back to the bats and another power spot I really like tonight with Carpenter of the Tigers. Now these prices more than fair. We're talking just a tick over 3,000 on FanDuel, just a little bit above 4,000 on DraftKings. 6 home runs for Carpenter over just the last 11 games, and has absolutely been tearing the cover off the ball against right-handed pitching. WOBA up at 418. Look at that ISO up at 344 this season against righties. We picked on this guy a ton in the video to great success. That's Chris Flexen. Anytime there's left-handed power in a lineup, I want some exposure here. 375 WOBA, 262 ISO allowed this season to left-handed hitters. And Carpenter in for a big night here against Chris Flexen. All right, let's knock out that catcher spot on DraftKings with Diaz of Houston. Now Diaz comes into this one red hot. 6 multi-hit games for him over the last 9, 4 home runs in the last 10 games alone, and the last 30 plate appearances against left-handed pitching has put some crazy numbers on the board. WOBA pushing 500, and that ISO as well at 481, so a ton of power here against lefties. Also should see a good dose of 4-seam fastballs. Povich using that over 40% of the time against right-handed hitters. Diaz has crushed that pitch, 447 the WOBA, 278 the ISO. Great catcher play for you here on Diaz. All right, it's time. Take a look at my favorite play for Friday night. Before we do that, let's continue our Beast of the Night contest tonight, giving away some free RotoGrinders swag All you got to do, click that thumbs up button, head to the comment section, and guess fantasy points on DraftKings tonight. For my highest scoring hitter, whoever's guess is the closest, we're going to ship you some free RotoGrinders Premium just for hanging out today in the fantasy bar. All right, let's wrap it up with my favorite play for Friday night. You know, Mass, Beast of the Night. All right, this time I promised you a stack. We're going to stay right there with Houston and roll with Alex Bregman, tonight's Beast of the Night. So another hot Astros bat here, like Diaz, 6 multi-hit games from over the last 11, 6 home runs over that stretch as well. Started out the season slow against left-handed pitching, but really turning it on over the last month. Solid 375 WOBA and a big 333 ISO form, so a ton of power here in the last month for Bregman against lefties. Povich, we mentioned, has struggled against righties, 372 WOBA, 217 ISO, and a 45% hard contact rate. I think Bregman stays hot here. Love the Astro stack in this spot. Alex Bregman, my favorite play on the board, and tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll do it for our Friday night six-pack. As always, any comments, questions, or feedback, hit me up in that comment section right below the video. Don't forget your guess for my highest scoring hitters fantasy output on DraftKings for a shot to win some free RotoGrinders Premium. Go take advantage. Special offer on NFL Premium for our non-subscribers. Check that out on RotoGrinders.com. And keep an eye out. Pints and picks, 2 prop bets I love for Friday night over on our Scores and Odds YouTube page. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Best of luck tonight. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for checking out our videos. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more DraftKings, FanDuel, and other DFS content. And you can check out our daily live show schedule on RotoGrinders.com/videos.